Yo, what's up, broskiis? Kiana coming at you with a new deck profile, new format. Evil Eye. I mean, you see it, Evil Eye, a little Unchained engine. I'm gonna get into it. I just think like at the beginning of these formats, especially because I don't know personally, I don't think much has changed. This might be a deck I take to the locals a few times to see how it plays. I'm gonna try my best to get like really good at it. In testing, I can chew through a lot of stuff with this deck. But you know me, I might just fucking fold in first major event, play cash, because full power, we still got shifter. Um, but I'm gonna go ahead and get into this one. This is a deck I probably profiled on the channel a little while back. There's a couple cards I want to switch out, probably update it again sooner or later, especially after a couple weeks of testing. You can comment down below if you want to see those matches in a local environment. I know my last I did a poll. I tried to do it for my Vanquish Soul Mimighoul deck, but my camera was like, the settings were on slow-mo, so I literally recorded like 4 matches and wasn't able to upload them because just bullshit. So whatever. But if you want to see this in action, leave a comment. I'm probably just test this fully. Played at a couple locals, see what I need to adjust. I have like 2 Starlight rares of the Golem Empress coming in, so that'll be another reason I'll probably update the list. But I'll go and get into it. So first up, 3 Sergio. This card's kind of crazy. With the new cards, some of the new support we've gotten over the years. Like I know when this deck first came out, it's just like straight like towers, so you just sit on this, can't be short of a battle or card effect, and you can pop cards with it. You can only pop special summon cards, so quick effect, you can target 1 special summon monster your opponent can destroy it. On normal summon, not normal or special, you can add 1 Evil Eye card from your deck to your hand. So that's any card, and usually you're going for the much newer card. And then once per turn during the standby phase, after his effect was activated, the one to pop, you can destroy 1 card. Destroy 1 card you control. So a lot of times, like I'll pop the field spell or pop, just depending on what I need. Like if I end on the Unchained Trap, or you can even pop Selene itself because you can easily recur Selene. You just banish the Evil Eye card and like reset it. I'll get into it a little bit more. As of right now, like a week ago when I first threw this deck back together, I was playing 2 of these. But I really like 3 of the Basil trees. It's just kind of crazy. If it's in your hand or graveyard, you can use quick effect special summon it, but banish what leaves the field. But obviously, if you use as Xyz material, you get much more value out of it. And then on your opponent's turn, immediately after this effect resolves, you can link 1 Evil Eye link monster you control. Using monsters you control the material, obviously. And then when you do, you can also use Evil Eye equip spells you control as Evil Eye monsters. So that's kind of crazy too. It's pretty wicked. Because you could easily go, I mean, even if you ended on Sergio, this engrave, you could bring it back. And then this plus Selene and this, it automatically makes the link 3. And then if you have Unleashed engrave, you can banish Unleashed, re-equip the Selene. So it's kind of nuts. But I really like it at 3 so far. I don't know. I might cut it back down to 2. I'm not sure. One Medusa. I like her for the recursion. I'd cut this card all together, which was a big mistake. But on normal summon, you could target 1 Evil Eye card in your graveyard, accept itself, and add it to your hand. If this card is equipped with an Evil Eye Selene, a quick effect, you can target 1 monster in your opponent's graveyard, banish it. You can only use the effect of Medusa once per turn, and then once per turn during your standby phase, if this card is activated, banish one card in your graveyard. This is much better. I forget which format like I was actually cooking with this deck. I think it was before. It might have been when Unleashed first dropped. I was able to banish. Was that tier? I don't know. I don't know. I was able to banish a lot of cards out of the graveyard. I mainly in this deck, it's like for the recursion. Get back Unleashed, or get back you never want to get back like the Gorgon's Eye. You can get back Field Spell, stuff like that. Or Sergio to like resummon to search and go off from there. This is the next one. I'm not sure how you pronounce the name. Catoblepas. So you can target one evil eye spell trap you control once until the end of the next turn. It can be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And then if you control an evil eye monster other than this card, while this is in the graveyard, you can spell summon it with banish while it's filled. Obviously, it's a much weaker Basil Trees, but it's still nice because you can dump it off the equip spell to search a spell and then bring it back, and then exceeds from there. Then one Basilisk. I really like this card at 2, but like I said, I'm going to be playing with the ratios over the next couple weeks and see how it goes. Just because it's a free special out of your hand if you control an Evil Eye card. So it's easy. It's an easy extender. It dumps a spell card. So a lot of times, like, I'll dump once I go through like the combo of the Gorgon Eye, like Banish Unleashed, search a card. If I have a Basilisk, access to Basilisk, I'll special it and then dump another Unleashed, so I can have another Unleashed loaded in the grave, because you usually have to banish that sometimes to search. But that's all the Evil Eye monsters. Like I said, the Surzeal will probably most likely not change. This could come down to 2. And I like these at 1-ofs, even though sometimes like I miss a second one of these. Sometimes this just feels like dumb to open up in your hand. This and Surzeal like kind of feel crazy to open up. And then for the spells, triple domain, 4 domain, because this searches, this just adds, you can add 1 Evil Eye monster from your deck to your hand, and then once per turn during damage calculation, if your Evil Eye monster is attacked while Evil Eye Vaseline is in your spell trap card zone, you can make the battle damage you take from this battle also inflicted to your opponent. That card, I mean, that ability isn't like super great. It closes the damage threshold like to OTK, and this deck can like pump out damage pretty easily. And then if this card in the field zone is destroyed by card effect, you can target 1 Evil Eye monster in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So yeah, so a lot of times like I will during the I have to like mandatory pop something with Sergio. I'll just pop this and add back, one of my spent Evil Eye cards. And then the most broken spell in the deck, if like, I feel like if any other archetype had like, this type of archetype, like Foolish 2 for cost, and like to add an equip would just be like kind of fucking insane. So just for cost, you just dump an equip. You could dump an Evil Eye monster and 1 Evil Eye spell trap, which is always going to be the Eye. It's always going to be Basil Trees, and then that's cost. So if they ash it, it's all good because you still have the Eye to search. If they don't ash it, you're just going to go completely off because you're usually going to add Selene. You're going to dump Selene to search a different spell. You're going to bring back Selene by banishing Evil Eyes Unleashed. It's crazy. So when this card fully resolves, it's pretty much like GG's. You're going with like full combo. And there are like more board breakers, obviously, like in the format. But this deck doesn't really care too much about destruction. Like if they don't, like they would have to open up like back row removal. In the form, especially if you've had access to Catoblepas, they would have to open up some form of like a cosmic to banish the Selene, because you can't just like Harpies, Raigeki, blah blah, stuff like that. So this is the ratio for sure cut. So as of now, like I could only find one of my Gorgiano, the Eye of Gorgiano. I think this needs to be 2 because sometimes you open it and then it's like super weird. Like I've been in situations where I open it and then I'll have to equip it and then like link off or something to get this engrave to like go off from there. But yeah, this card's crazy. It's just a searcher. You dump it and then you banish it, discard discard this one, search any Evil Eye spell. This comes back, it's just kind of crazy. And then Evil Eye Selene is just like it just makes the deck like go, honestly, this engine. It can't be like, so when this is equipped to something, it can't be destroyed by a battle or your opponent's card effect. Also, your opponent cannot target with card effects. Each time you activate the equipped monster's effect or activate another Evil Eye spell trap, the equipped monster gains 500 and you lose 500. Even if this leaves the field, it stays that way. And if this card's your graveyard, you can pay 1,000 life points and banish one Evil Eye spell trap from your grave. Set this card. Evil Eye Celine's crazy. Turns it into a towers. Turns on a lot of the abilities. It's pretty nuts. One of these, Evil Eye Awakening. Best case scenario, it's a E-Telly. Worst case scenario, it just special summons one out of your hand or your graveyard. Which the hand special summon isn't even that isn't really great. Like, it's kind of bad because you don't want to open up Surgeon on this and like special summon one out of your hand, because most of the time you're not getting, like, if you open up, like, you're not getting the effect off Medusa. And then like these can special summon out of the hand, this can special summon out of the hand. The only one that can is Catablepa, so you really want to like E-Telly one out. So you have to have Evil Eye Celine to like get the full E-Telly value. But even if you don't, like, if you like get stopped, you can kind of link climb up if you still have this as an extension. One Remergence. This definitely needs to go up to 2. This card's like kind of dumb. With the Evil Eye Celine on the field, you get like two Fiend tokens, and if you don't have it, you only get 1. And then you can banish this card from your graveyard. Your opponent cannot target Evil Eye spell traps you control with card effects this turn. So this card's nuts right here. This like really gives you access to your Unchained engine. And then I run 1 defeat. I like this because it's a double bounce with it's a double bounce with your Evil Eye Celine. If it's not, it's just like a compulse. So worst case scenarios is a compulse, and like best case scenarios a double compulse. It's kind of crazy. This card's pretty nuts. It's your out to spell traps, spell trap negate, and then if Celine's on the field, they just can't negate it. So it's kind of crazy. Yeah, I mean, usually best case scenario, like when I'm going first, which you always want to go first with this deck, I'm really trying to get this card. That's why I maximize like on a lot of the like the good names and stuff like that, because you want to open up the spells so you don't necessarily have to search the spells, you know. You want to see Retribution, but I wouldn't run it anymore. And that's it for the Evil Eye engine. That was a little long-winded for the first half, but you know, this deck hasn't been I think this deck came out years and years ago. So outside of that, we play. Let me get that in focus. So outside of that, we play a small Unchained package. 1 Shavara. This card's dumb, obviously. 1 Aruha. I was playing the blue dog, not the original dog, but the other one. But it's funky because you know, if it's in your hand, it's kind of hard to get it out unless you like link climb into like Muckracker and discard it, and then you can bring it back. And then I just felt like that was too many hoops to jump to get to a single Wave King. It did come up like when I first built the deck, and I was running one of each of them without this one. Wave King would come up in like really weird scenarios, like in scenarios where I opened up this plus the trap. But Ruha is great because he helps you get into your Xyz plays a little bit better. It's pretty nice. 1 Escape, because obviously when you link this off for your Unchained card in the extra deck, you set this, and then you can pop your own card, pop their card, and then your Unchained link will come back, and it's just a whole thing. It's great. It's perfect. This is a beautiful engine in this deck. You don't need any more. That's it for that. And the next up is all my non-engine. 3 Nibiru. The problem being, is one of the most broken cards in the format right now. No more Apo. We don't got to worry about that. So they got to have cross out or something. 3 Ash. 3 Veiler. 3 Imperm. It's, you know, still big on effect negation. You know, Veiler Imperm plus Nibiru against like even the best deck, which I think Yugioh will probably be one of the best decks, it's just over, and then you can just kill them from there. And then, you know, Ash is just pretty good in general, but I really like these. And then so we don't get bodied, I run 2 crossouts to make it 40 card. I like cross out. There's not a lot of cards like I'm worried about getting stopped on. Like we can play through an Ash, right? Like this deck can play through an Ash. It can Valor and Imperm, it depends on like what the contents of our hand are. Because some people, like, they don't know the deck, they'll just, you know, they'll Valor the Surzeal, or they'll Ash the Surzeal, or, you know, they'll waste their hand trap on the normal summon. But I mean, you know, you open up this and Unleash is just kind of game. You don't need that additional search. But I like these. Niro, we're safe from Niro. It just depends. I put the cross out in depending on the contents of our hand. If we open up cross out, we know we're going full ass combo. But that's it for the main deck. 40 cards, like I said. 2 Gorgon, Empress of the Evil Eyed. This is the one you're going into mainly, like, all the time. You gain 100 attack for each Evil Eye card with different names in your graveyard. If this card is equipped with Evil Eye Celine, quick effect, you can target one effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effect until the end of this turn. You can only use this effect of Golem Empress once per turn. And then once per turn during the standby phase. After this effect is activated, destroy one monster this card points to. If your opponents are silly enough to leave something in front of it, like if they are literally silly enough to go normal, because this is like one of the later interruptions, like on their turn. This is probably gonna be like the 3rd or 4th like point of interruption. So if they leave something right there, at first I'm just gonna negate it. By the time this is on the field, I'm gonna negate it, and then we're gonna pop it at the end of the turn, and they're probably gonna be dead. One Surzeal, Ruler of the Evil Eye. This card is pretty sick. If it was linked summon using a monster with 2600 attack as a material, it can make a second attack during each battle phase. So it's just bang bang. I mean, usually it comes out pretty big. You got Celine on him. And then if this card is equipped with Evil Eye Celine, quick effect, you can target one card your opponent controls, destroy it. So any card. And then you can only use this effect of Surzeal, Ruler of the Evil Eye once per turn. Once per turn during the standby phase. After this effect was activated, negate the effects of one effect monster this card currently points to. Most of the time it's not going to point to anything. It's going to be like dead center, it's going to be over here. You know, it's mainly never going to point to anything. With my cracker, things get sticky. It helps you keep going. Discard one, bring a fiend back. You're locked into fiends, but this deck doesn't really care. One Unchained Soul of Rage. That's another point of interaction on their turn. Lord of Yama to, you know, do our things. SP. Usually this is the one I'm linking into off the Soul of Rage. I'm usually link climbing and going like straight into SP, so I can banish something, and then like they use another monster effect, I can banish it, and then it unclogs like my zones like after that, and then I can bring it back like on the far right or far left, and then like I'm not like locked up with my link zones. Because once you get to turn 2 and 3, it can kind of happen. It sometimes happens. One Nightmare Phoenix, one Nightmare Unicorn, double Zeus, because it comes up. One Typhon, one Triple D Divisor King Deuce Machinex. Cards like fucking nuts. Triple D Stone King Darius, literally just to get into the Triple D, and then one Bamboozling Gossip Shadow to round it out. There was another, I was playing Azura King. He's pretty nice because in situations where you have like all 3 level 3s, it's kind of crazy, right? Because he's like Azura King's like an OTK enabler himself, because you have 3 materials. He would be at 2700 attack, and he gets 3 attacks. So when I played this deck on like because the first place I played this deck was in real life, and I played on Master a little bit of that, and now I'm back on in real life. So Azura King is nice because you can swing, and if for some reason you didn't kill him, you just go into Zeus, and the Zeus is a format. So I mean, because it has the 3 materials plus Azura, so it's kind of crazy. But right now, just to value the Divisor King package a little bit more, and you can play the Raiders as like 2 if you have those. I was playing those for quite a while, but I don't run as many level 4s, so that was when I was running like multiple Medusas. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this one, guys. Remember to like the video if you like the video. Comment down below if you want to see this in the locals. I can play it like literally this this video will probably drop on Labor Day. So if, you know, if I I get enough comments on it, I'll take it Friday. We'll see how it goes. But update coming soon. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. See you next time, broskiis.